Hello. Hey guys. What's up? Is everybody doing okay today? Sound check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm assuming that is all right. Okay. I see the sounds goods now. Yippee. 1 2 mic check. Bang. Just kidding. Just kidding. I would never shoot any of you. Maybe. Maybe one day one of you will piss me off enough to, but today's not that day. Hey guys, thank you so much, Taco Pablo, for being a first time sub here. Welcome, welcome to the huge verse. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Yvonne, for the 45 stream streak. Thank you for thanking me for streaming, because honestly, I am feeling a bit tired, but I really want to finish Resident Evil Requiem today, so hopefully we'll manage to do that together. And then I will be beseeching the services of Eugene to make our very first gaming supercut on the YouTube. So, yippee! Thank you, Blue Lane, for the 40 stream streak. Thank you, thank you. And I know that you said you can't stop by for very long, but thank you for dropping by and wishing me and the rest of chat good luck. Hi Necron, hello Non-Creative, hi Finesse God, hi JTE, hello Delude, hi Fatui, hi Onyx. Good evening Miss Nikki, hi Cozy Gamer XP, hello Eddie, hi Cosmo, hi Motor, hello Carl, hi JJ, hello Ian, hi Fred Bob. Did I miss anybody? Hello again Blue. Hi, Yo Yo. Hello, Bean. Thank you, Ian, for the 45 stream streak. Thank you, thank you. Right here, Yvonne. I think that was not a message that I was supposed to read, was I? Good evening, Miss Yvonne. Hi, Vic. Sleep well. Hello, Goosey. Hi, Nightfire. Hi, Horchata Poppy. Hi, Dogma. Hello, Will. What up? Nah, I did awful at Valorant tonight, so no burnout. Oh, so no bueno. It's okay, dude. Sometimes you got bad games, sometimes you get good games. I'm not gonna lie. La Monday, I'm gonna be a part of a Valorant lobby full of people I don't really know that well. Cause originally, somebody I did know kind of well invited me to it, but she had to drop out. So, I don't know what to do. I haven't touched the game in forever, so maybe this weekend I'm gonna have to touch the game. Maybe if I have enough energy, I'm gonna update the game and we'll see, but I'm not. I don't know, guys. I think it's cooked. I think it's cooked because it's like the new agent playtest or whatever. And I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be a good time. But I'm too afraid to back out now. cause, cause like in these creator playtests, they like usually like search for like a whole lobby of 10, and then like five v five, and then like swap some people around, randomize it or whatever. And they're already hurting for people. So I feel like I can't be like, hey guys, the only reason why I'm here is because my friend invited me, but she's no longer here, so I don't know whether I want to keep doing this. I should have done that. As soon as she said she could no longer participate, I should have said that. But instead I was like, I feel that I would be an asshole if I did that. But that's secretly, honestly, not even secretly, because I'm telling you guys right now, that's what I want to do. But I feel like I can't do that. And I'm allowed to say that to you guys because I'm pretty sure none of them know me or watch me. So, hi, Squishy. What's up? You're waiting for your streak? Oh, your stream streak. Is there a Scream compilation? Not yet, but I'm sure we could. I don't know. I mean, if one of you guys wants to do it, I'll probably be like uploading VODs pretty soon. I'm gonna have a VOD channel up. But yeah, I don't really know whether I want to task somebody with that, I feel like that would burst their eardrums a little bit. Now, motor's been orange for me for a while. Yeah, but anyways, I think either after Requiem tonight or maybe tomorrow. I was thinking about taking 2 days off this week, just because I've been streaming so much and I'm feeling a little fatigued. I think part of the reason why I've been able to stream so much is because I have not been exercising as much as I literally was really gung ho during the first week of gymming, and then afterwards I wasn't really active at the gym, especially just first half of the week. So I did go to a Pilates class and do some extra cardio afterwards today, but that's why I'm so tired. So I'm like, oh, I need to find a good balance, but it's so hard. It's so hard for a gal like me. He was green last stream. Today he is blue. 2 streams ago was orange, and at some point it was red. Really? I mean, he's just continuously orange for me. Is it because you're on mobile or you're on your laptop? Active huge? Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to live my best life. Trying to get some muscle so later on in life. Dude, I hate today's Pilates was so hard. So freaking hard. And she's one of those scary instructors that don't know how to count. Cuz I mean, I'm sure she knows how to count and she speaks English, but I think she's maybe a little Eastern European because she her English was a little accented. But you know what I'm talking about, right? If you ever go to an exercise class, and what I mean by they don't know how to count, they lose their place, so they'll say the wrong number, or they'll hold the number for the longest time, so it's not actually you're doing three sets of it instead of just the one, but she's treating it as the one. Yeah. So no, but today she actually made a mistake, and she's like 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And I know exactly the moment that she made a mistake because I was counting down the numbers in my head. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be 2 next. Then she goes 8. And I'm like, what? The whole room. And it's full of older ladies too. So they're a lot more vocal because at that age, they're just no, you said it wrong, So then the other ladies, they were like, what? they literally said out loud. I didn't gasp aloud, but I was I actually viscerally reacted to the switch up with the back to the 8, and then she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how I made that mistake. And I was like, say 2. In my mind I was like, say 2 right now. And then later on too, she was like 7, 6, 5, pause, and then the 4 never came. 4 did not come. And then one of the older ladies had to be like, it's 4 next. And then she was like, oh, thank you. And then proceeded to count down. And I'm like, holy shit, she wants me to die. Yeah. And okay, in the beginning too, it's if you've ever done reformer Pilates, it's so scary because the very first thing she told us too was okay, so for the weights, because on a reformer you do the little, you add weight by the color of the springs. So she said 2 reds, a blue, and a green, and I'm looking down in it and I'm like, that's everything except the yellow. That's literally all the weights except for 1. And I'm like, and this is the first exercise of the class. Hi, Jaguso. What's up? Dude, she was so scary. And honestly, it was a really tough class. But at the same time, my back feels really good today. After the Pilates class, my back feels rimrod. Well, it's not rimrod straight, but it's when I bend over, no pain, So obviously things are working, but I don't like how much effort it takes for it to get to working. Do you know what I mean? Get those endorphins pumping. Yeah. Dude, I was sitting in my car after the whole gym session. I was like, I hate how good I feel right now because I remember in the moment it feels so bad. And I'm like, must I endure all that in order to feel this good afterwards? you know? Anyways, so that was my little tidbit from my day. I really didn't do much today other than that. I mostly slept. Hi, Coffee Delete. What's up? Also, sorry if you keep seeing me touch my eye. I'm pretty sure there's like something inside of there, but I can't get it out. What if Leon did Pilates? I'm sure he would breeze through it. Well, I think Ada would probably have a little bit of a better time. Because honestly, if you're taller, I think Pilates might be a little bit harder. Because then you have to kind of adjust the, this, like your movements and stuff. Like, compared to like other people. He would kill it. Have you seen how flexible he is? Yeah, but I don't even think it's about like you really need a strong core for Pilates and like glutes. But I think he has both. So I'm pretty sure he'll be good. Hi, Enamorable. I'll serve myself rat poison. Yes, sir. Yeah, this shirt is like one of my favorites. It's so comfy too. I like this color. If you're not used to the movement patterns, Pilates is killer. Yeah, I mean, she was like, I don't want to demonstrate to you guys because I don't want to go through that again. But basically, this is one of my legs. This is my other leg, right? I have two legs. You've seen them before, so you know I'm not lying. And then she's like, okay, kick out like this and push, push, push. And I'm like, and then the dreaded bring it in halfway, pulse, 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 pulse. And then after the pulse, I was like, oh, surely it's over, right? No, she goes, now squat with your standing leg. And I'm like, I'm out. I didn't actually say I'm out, but I was like, I'm like, I don't know whether this makes me a good student or a good exercise class student or not, but I always curse out the teacher in my mind. I'm always like, like I'm always like, why? Why would you make me do this? You son of a gun. Like I hate you so much. Like in my mind, I'm just like, oh, you are such a piece of. And then afterwards, I'm like, thank you, teacher. Thank you so much for the endorphins running through. I did it. I feel so much stronger after having experienced that. I did it once with some of my friends and it kicked my ass as a guy. IDK how y'all do it. I mean, I was struggling. I normally when I used to do okay, so club Pilates, you can kind of choose like the level, and I always chose like the ones that were more focused on like flexibility or like stretching, or like winding down. So those are like a lot easier in terms of yeah, a lot easier in terms of like exertion, even if like obviously I'm like not the most flexible person, so it is still like difficult and I am still getting like good alignment and posture correction and all that. But when it comes to like this type of Pilates, I have not really done it as much before, but I mean it does make me feel like I'm actually putting in an effort to like strengthen myself. So that's a good feeling overall. I have a good core, but I'm pretty tall and find Pilates brutal. Yeah, cuz I think so if your instructor's not very good, they're not going to like point out that you have to make like the adjustments with like the bar or like the like maybe instead of holding like the big loops, you got to hold like the small loops, or you got to pull on like the rope instead of the small loops, like based on like your height or whatever. So then you're like just struggling excessively more than like the average person, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyways, that's enough chit chatting, yapping for this segment, I believe. I don't want it to get any later than this, and I also really, really, really want to finish RE9 today. I don't know whether we're gonna do it, but I'm gonna try my darndest. Hello, K-pop verse. Ara has arrived. I don't. I think it's Ara loss. Ara dead. If you declare yourself to be Ara. No, I'm not ending stream. I'm just swapping to the game. Do you still owe us Ring Fit? I do. I still owe you guys, what was it, 30 minutes of Ring Fit? Yeah. But I definitely ain't doing that today. No, sir. Okay. Hi, Garrett. Hi, Pekka. What's up, gamers? Hoping everyone had healthy bowel movements today. I did not have healthy bowel movements, but I did have bowel movements today. I'm doing alright. How are you? Have you played RE7? No. I think I would shit my pants if I played RE7. So RE7 is like the first one title with Ethan, right? You played 5 minutes? Okay, I'm sure I didn't play 5 minutes. I'm sure I played 20. But like 5 of those 20 minutes was me like cowering in front of a closet because it was like urging me to open it and I didn't want to open the closet and yeah. Hi Jack, what's up? Yeah, I'm seeing my friend Anna Molly. Like I think she just finished RE7 and she's been making shorts about her experience on her like Instagram and TikTok if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I was like, you're so brave. Cuz she was like that actually scared me, but there's no reaction on her face. She's like, "Wow, that scared me." And I'm like, "Dude, I would be crying. I would be screaming." Hi Neil, what's up? You grew so much since that time though. Yeah, but I still don't think I'm RE7 ready, bro. Hi Dalmo, what's up? You should try it again. Yeah, but not for a while. I kind of want to take a break from scary gaming after uh Resident Evil Requiem. Okay. Did you have nightmares? No, I haven't had nightmares. I mean, I normally don't have nightmares about like things I like. My nightmares are rooted in like real life, you know? Like when I feel like I'm actually threatened by things that will be happening. Yo, thank you, Pekka, for the 20 stream streak. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I think it's been a while since I've like had a dream or nightmare where I was like worried about my own like life and that somebody was threatening it. But I think that I yeah, normally I dream about like people close to me dying or yeah, mostly those. I think one time this is a recurring dream where I'm like in some kind of like go fart, go kart. I'm in some kind of go kart like machine, but it's like run down, wearing down, and like there's like wheels are like damaged or missing. And like I'm still like within a normal flow of traffic, and I'm supposed to navigate this like really rickety, like run down vehicle, and like people are like honking at me, and it's like so hard to brake, it's so hard to turn, and I'm like praying to God I don't crash into somebody. Yeah, that's happened like a couple times. Hi Decca, what's up? Oh, one time I dreamed that like all my teeth fell out. And then I looked it up and it was like, oh, well, usually when you have like teeth loss related dreams, it probably means you're stressed. And I was like, that makes sense. What's my plan for tomorrow? There might be a stream, there might not. I'm thinking if I take 2 days off to this weekend, it'll be Friday and Sunday. Um, yeah. But we shall see. Okay. Are we ready, gang? Hi, Pyro. What's up? We're finally gonna finish this game, hopefully. So we have actually defeated Victor. I don't know very many digits of pi. Ooh, should we get pi for Pi Day stream though? I just get pie and we eat it. The armory has leftover supplies, gun shop out back, working shotgun and ammo, parking garage, weapon upgrade parts. Okay. How's your day? My day was okay. The following items were added to your supply box. What are these? Submachine gun, submachine gun. I don't really want a submachine gun though. Okay, I upgraded all of the silencer. What's my inventory looking like? We're good on med injectors. I think I still need, yeah, handgun ammo. Fuck it, get all the ammo. Okay. Eh. Can you throw a pie in the camera? No, my camera's pretty expensive, you guys. I would be really mad at you if you made me damage it for purely entertainment. Champions of Justice, are you ready? Duty calls. Provision Specialist Neil, do you have the pizza and beer at the ready? Make sure you've got some soda on hand too, in case the rookie is liver conscious. Decoration Manager Elliot, think you're an artist? And show us what you got. Make sure you use the banner with the stars on it. Gift Coordinator Scott, don't forget to pick up the goods from Robert's shop on the day. Get what Barry suggested. That man knows his stuff. One last thing. Make sure the chief doesn't catch wind of the welcome party for the new recruit. We wouldn't want... Aww. You wouldn't want to put young Kennedy in his bad books right away. This is so sad. They were... Wait a minute. They were actually so excited to greet Leon onto the force? No?
Hey, Lieutenant Brenna. Kennedy. Reporting for duty.
Wait, this is all so sad. What the helly? Need a key to open it. Hi, boss dog. What's up? Safety deposit room. Oh, crap.
Jesus. Rest easy, officer.
That's so sad. I have to shoot down my fellow officers here. Is there a way I can open this? Need a tool to get this open. Alright. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. The lower jaw is missing. Well, is that good to know? Operations room. Oh, here's some more ammo. Guess this door is blocked. Good evening, random fan. September 25th, we're turning the station into a temporary shelter due to the sudden massive outbreak. All police personnel have been instructed to make the safety of the citizens their top priority as we try to accommodate as many of them as possible. Addendum. One of the refugees attacked us in the middle of the night, resulting in the death of one officer and injuring 3 others. The person in question was quickly restrained. We believe this was simply a case of someone snapping under intense stress. A mob attacked on the station today, resulting in a number of casualties. A few survivors were able to make it safely behind the emergency shutters, but surrounded as we are, it'll be hard for any of us to escape this place. We're not sure we can fix any of our comm equipment, so we remain cut off from the outside world. There was another clash on the west side of the station around 1 p.m. 12 people died, and there's only a handful of survivors left. Everything is falling into disarray here. Yeesh. This is dark. This is very dark. Is there any way to move stuff around? I guess not. Okay, I guess I just go up the stairs. I didn't really know where else to go. Thank you, Hot Killer, for the 3-stream streak. Appreciate it. Lounge. Or the chairs for the lounge. Linen room. Okay, this is locked. I feel like something might come out from one of these doors and jump scare me, no? You kids have fun solving this one. Whatever the frick that means. What is the STARS office?
Good lives needlessly lost.
Is this whole area basically to make Leon Kennedy feel bad that like he was the only survivor amongst like all these people? Like, what is the point of this? I like didn't even play the games and I feel bad. There's a dog. There's a photo of a dog. Okay, maybe we should go back down to the operations room then. Barry's to-do list. Turn in training plan for the new recruit. Join Jill at the shooting range. Pick the girls up from soccer. Don't be late. Find that missing library book. Top priority. The librarian is about to blow a gasket. Looks like the captain checked it out last. I don't freaking know. Okay, I mean, we can come back for that. Oh, mid? Doubt there's anything in it. Okay. Well, you wouldn't know that unless we tried it, but okay. It's rusted and it won't budge. Cool. Okay, I think we go back into the... What was that? That was like a walking, bouncing refrigerator. What the fuck? What? What the fuck is tofu? Wait, I have to go down here again. For our operations room. Are you dead? Okay, just making sure. I think it was here, right? In the operations room? Wait, where's files? Maybe not. I thought it would be. No. It kind of looks like it would be, no? So did I get it? Was I right? Do I shoot him? What is that? Bro, I don't like that. It's an Easter egg? So it happens to everyone? Wait, locker? Do I have to go to a locker right now? This one, right? In the West office? Dude, stop. It's freaking me out. Oh, okay. Enjoy and don't say I never gave you anything. Well, that's freaking sad as frick. More sway while shooting. Oh, automatic guns. Do I even have an automatic gun? I don't. So it's useless? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, I guess we're going back up. Well, why wouldn't I be scared of Tofu? I've never seen him before. Hello, Typhoon Arc, by the way. And he's like loudly bouncing in a world where like that kind of bouncy sound is not normally. Am I supposed to find the book or return it to the library? Is this the captain's room? I didn't see the captain's book anywhere here though. Is this a captain's room? No, this is like... Okay. Is Tofu like immortal or something? Okay, I do think we're supposed to go to the library though. Okay. Is there like a one of those bobbleheads around here? Cause I just don't know what else could be making that noise. It's like over here, right? Okay. Is there anything I can interact with? Or do I just have to either go through the doors or go up the stairs? Okay, I can't go through here. What's the point of all this? Guess there's no point? It just is a loop-de-loop? Zombies can eat him. Tofu can be eaten. What? Okay, so that did nothing. Was I in this room before? I must have been, right? Don't you love it when I get hopelessly lost? Hi, PMA. What's up? So what did this solve? It's just now it's not blocked. I don't even know where to go. Head to the east office. Well, how do I get to the east office? What about this? That was a weird puzzle. Oh, are these puzzles like I've interacted with before in previous games? Okay, I'm just gonna go up. Back up. There's like a lock or something here, right? Or was it like this one? Do you guys know what this is? Limitless bullet penetration and increases the firepower of the last bullet in the cylinder. Oh, okay. Thank you. Attach. Charm. Hey, don't belittle my chat speed. We are pretty slow around these parts. How do I get to the east, though? Wait, there's a stairs? Oh. These are stairs down. Okay, maybe I have to go... No, we already came up here, right? Oh. My bad. My bad that I didn't assume he could vault over. Well, now what? Drop? Can he go up that way? No. And I'm back where I came from. Dash cool. Dash real cool. Do you know a good place to get sealed MTG Pokemon or sports product in Topanga Mall? I mean, that's uber specific. I would assume you're talking about cash cards. So do I just go back up into the library? Guys, I'm so confused. I'm just a slow gal. Go east, opposite end. But I've been trying to do that, and it's blocked off, no? First floor? Oh, can I open this? Oh. Oh. Lol. Press room, east office. Okay.
The ruins of the Raccoon City Police Department. Explain everything. You don't have to be afraid.
So I'm not just gonna barge in and be like, Grace! Am I not gonna shoot anything around these parts? No zombies?
You need to understand.
What am I supposed to understand? Well, I mean, I guess you're telling that to Grace, not me, actually. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Covert military units from every country on Earth come to Raccoon City for one purpose. To find Elpis.
What is Elpis?
The power to upset the military balance of the world. The last virus, created by Spencer. Designed to control human consciousness.
Mind control?
They couldn't let it be stolen. So they launched the missile strike to hide it.
To hide a virus. Why do something so extreme?
Extreme? Is it? When the president tried to investigate, they had him assassinated. And you are the key to retrieving Elpis.
Emily.
The president, as in Ashley's dad?
Not the girl you met. So many attempts. So many failures. Such a waste.
A waste?
What do you mean?
Copies. Crafted to duplicate you.
That's a younger version of her? They don't look like her.
All useless. All scrapped. They each have their own sad story.
Something. I called security, but nobody answered. They are out of control.
Doctor, we can't contain them.
Sedate them now! Are you kidding me? Get out of my way!
Hey, are you awake?
Wait, she's the only one in here?
Where did everybody go?
I have to play around as an Emily clone? Oh hell no! Oh no! Oh no, this is worse than playing as Grace by far. What the fuck? When I believe that it can't possibly get any worse to play as somebody weaker and younger and more scared and without weapons and or ability to fight back, then they give me a child to navigate. Oh, cool.
Stay away. Stay away! Get back! Don't come any closer!
What? What?
No, get back! Get back!
Oh my god.
Hey! What are you doing?
I don't think I should have done that. Why am I doing this? Hide from the hide?
What was that?
How the frick am I supposed to hide? Like, aren't they gonna... Oh, shit. Wait, if I don't look at them, they can't see me, right? No, they are definitely approaching me. Are they gonna drag me? Uh-oh. Please don't drag me out. Stop it. I was one of you guys. Please stop it. Hi, Tornado. Hi, Generic. No, they're turning to my bed, aren't they? No. No. Stop it. Stop it. Crawl out? I don't want to crawl out. Can I just stay here forever?
Please, someone help me.
What am I supposed to do? Nope, I'm stuck. What if I take the gun? Can I have your gun, sir?
He's not moving.
Can I have your... okay, so... There's no gun? Oh, I can't move? What the fuck am I supposed to do here? Excuse me? What the fuck am I supposed to... What is the point of this? You can crouch under? Oh. I don't want to go through. I don't want to go through. What is the point? Who even is this? They are not my friends. Why are they all bald and turned? What is that? What? Guys. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry! Please let me just crawl under again. I don't want to play this. Oh, I didn't mean to do that! Oh. No, 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 no. There's a key up there. Okay, Anne. No! No, Clone Emily! Whatever you are, I need to go pee. I need to go pee. I'm gonna piss myself. Oh. Okay, let's go back. Let's hide. Ah!
What do I do? What do I do?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Don't tell me she's coming over here, is she? Can you guys move? Can you guys go to another area? No! No! What do you mean you're scared? I'm scared! Oh my god. Please run, please run, please run, please run, please run, please run. Go down, go down, go down. No, I gotta turn off the audio. I can't play like this. Please just be a bad dream. Oh god, I wish this was a bad dream. Oh my god.
Why did they?
What? What is that? Am I supposed to follow that? Is this a bomb? Please blow me up. Just do it. End my suffering. Why are we in a church? Isn't this the RE4 remake church? What? How am I supposed to get out? Hello? Can I vault over? What do you mean there's a door behind? There's a door? There's a door? I can't unlock this door, can I? Oh. She can't reach it. I need audio. I don't want the audio. What am I supposed to do? It's out of reach. Oh, it's okay for the other side. Hurry. Hurry. That might help get the ladder down. Am I supposed to like climb over these or what? Deceased Charlotte discarded due to volatile symptoms. It's locked from the other. I get that. How do I go through? On a specific sound timing? What do you mean by that? I actually need audio. Okay. I need to go bathroom. Are you capping with me, or do I actually have to do audio? I need to go pee. BRB. Wait, be honest with me. Do I actually have to? You need audio for audio cues? You didn't hear the door opening? Okay, so then how do I... Oh, pull out. Pull out! No, I don't need audio cues. Welcome back. Thank you. Okay. Climbing. How's she gonna survive the descent down, though, is my question. Oh, good. There's padding. No! 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 Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Please. Do not come for me. Stop ascending. No. Please let this little girl out. Oh, man. Oh, man.
What's wrong with them? What is this place?
Though the Series 60 possesses recombinant DNA, increasing the volume of Spencer's injected plasma did not result in successful memory transfer. Mental abnormalities were developed. We will perform the next medical procedure and progress to the final phase. However, after adjusting the viral load in the blood of Series 70 subject Chloe, improved signs of stability were observed. We will continue to monitor her progress. Is that me? Am I Chloe? Today it was unbelievable. I somehow got invited to the renowned Oswald E. Spencer's lab. I heard rumors about the place, but to think Ark had been underneath me this entire time. I was given a quick tour of the attached orphanage too. The children there really creep me out. They all have nasty surgical scars across their heads, and if you meet their gaze, they'll greet you with this unsettling giggle. Apparently they are used for human experiments. The whole thing gives me goosebumps. To have built a place like this, Spencer must have been more unhinged than any of us imagined. Sensational. Sensational? You're not gonna call the cops on this guy? The prospect of being able to freely experiment on those kids sends shivers of anticipation throughout my entire body. Nah, this guy needs to be blown up along with all of those who visited Epstein's Island. For now, I'll start by making the rounds at the orphanage tonight. It seems like the newbie always gets stuck with the boring jobs. Hopefully I can wrap up the tedious bits quickly so I can prepare for the real fun tomorrow. Yeah, and that's why hopefully you're dead. Oh my god, are these little fetuses?
Babies?
Alright. That's cool. That's not really cool. Me discovering how I was born.
Is that how I...
I've got her. Get over here now.
She's showing symptoms too.
We need to get rid of her.
All that only for me to be getting rid of? That's so unfair, bro. What the fuck?
They weren't able to recreate Spencer's key. But now we have the original. We have you. You can unlock Elpis at Ark. That's where we'll go.
So... What, I was made?
Correct.
So it really was all my fault.
What was?
That mom was murdered and... Oh God, that, she turned into that thing.
What's done is done. You need to focus on the future.
Well, it's kind of hard to focus on the future.
It's time to embrace your destiny.
Dude, Leon, I need you to, like, jump kick the door right now, bruh.
Great!
He's just dodging this!
Mr. Kennedy,
He could do that!
feeling you'd make an appearance. Sorry, but I don't have time to spare.
Oh, shit. What the fuck is this, bro? Oh.
Have fun.
I don't remember him. I didn't play the game that he was in. I don't think. Yeah. All the bald people are evil.
Sherry. Wasn't there an orphanage around here?
Yes, there was. Why?
I'm gonna do some digging.
I just sent you the coordinates.
Escape? How do I escape? Through the entrance? Is that how I'm escaping? Ah, okay! That's cool. That's really
I don't
fucking...
have time to deal with this.
Uh-oh. Reload, reload, reload fast, reload fast, reload fast. Come on. Oh, so you can't kill him? Like, no matter what, you can't kill him? I don't know how to get out of here. Why do you assume I know how to get... Oh, cool. Oh, so fucking cool. Yo, lift yourself up right now. Okay. Do I just keep going up? Oh, we can't do that. I totally forgot how to get... I totally forgot how to get out! Well, this is lovely. I don't think I was supposed to go up. I think I think I panicked and went up, but I'm pretty sure that's not where I was supposed to be. Oh. Ah! What?
Give me a goddamn break.
Well, then how... Okay, if I'm not supposed to shoot him, how do I go back down? It won't let me go. Oh, my freaking Jesus Christ. No, I don't think we're safe for long, Leon. Let's not dawdle now.
Everything all right,
He
Leon?
could uppercut from, like,
Yeah,
the floor.
I'm good.
You just have to dodge him. How about
So
you
why'd you
dodge
ask
my
about the
fucking
orphanage?
face? What do you mean you just have to dodge
Take it easy,
him?
Stark. The orphanage is
He's
here.
hulking! He swings at me? How the fuck am I supposed to dodge that?
Sure. But apparently it's someplace important.
Like that fist and the arm and body of his takes up literally my whole screen. You just do it? Oh my god, I'm going to kill you. I'm literally gonna kill you. Say your prayers, say goodbye to the people that you love and know, because I am going to kill you. Can I get out through here? Nope, okay. How am I supposed to get out? This is where I'm supposed to go to the orphanage. Do I go out through lower floor? Okay. First of all, I have no scrap. So even if I wanted to, I could not make ammo. Okay, so this is blocked. Can we... Okay, so we can't actually go through here. Well, flick. Well, fuck. Well, I don't know how else to go out. Oh. Wait. Was the building always open like this? I don't think so. So where's my Porsche here? Or a bike? Do I drop here? I can't drop here? Oh, I have to go in through the building? Well, what if I didn't want to do that?
It hasn't changed.
I took it for a joyride, might be. Who is this? Why are there so many little girls in Resident Evil? Oh.
Terminate. That's my fucking daughter.
Oh, his daughter got
You're a cop.
infected.
You're supposed to know something. How did this happen? Those fucking things outside. What they did to us.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry it doesn't stop the boogeyman from coming from us.
Never again.
Oh, thanks for the ammo. Oh, not enough money. Machine gun ammo dropping. Hi Saturn. Why his shirt still on? Maybe because he doesn't want to get sunburned. Why can you go to the basketball court? Is there something good on the basketball court? Oh, looks like there's some. No! My loot. My loot. Oh. Aw, fucking hell, bruh. There's no way you're gonna. Nah. Nah!
Fuck me.
Stop. This is unreasonable. Okay, now can I 1v1 him or what? Or are my bullets useless here?
I couldn't save them. But I can stop bastards like you.
Oh shit. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. Oh shit. He's just like the Stradler guy. Parry. Well, what if I just did this? Okay. What's he doing here? Ah, okay. I thought I could parry that. Okay, okay. I can't parry that. My bad. Or unless I'm just like shit at all of this. I'm running out of bullets, so... Uh-oh. Ah, I thought I parried it!
Not yet.
Uh-oh. Is he dead? Or is there a phase 2, bro? Please be dead. Oh, thank you.
I'll stop you as many times as I
Thank
have to.
you, thank you. Holy shit. Oh, my handgun is so low on ammo, though. Yo, any ammo here? Well, that's not the ammo I wanted. You son of a bitch. Ammo. Ammo. Wait, there's a med injector? Oh, wait, we can... Okay. Yellow box. Yay! A little handgun ammo for the last. You're getting ready to do this part on Insanity? Good freaking luck, my boy. I bet that is a doozy.
Made it.
Head to the
At
orphanage.
the orphanage, Sherry. There's not much left of it. Heading underground to look for Grace.
Underground.
Understood.
Underground, Jesus! This motherfucker! At least have some loot underground. Hi Hexology, what's up? How do I... Can I crouch? No. Oh, there's like an entrance on the left or something. I wanna be on the outside. Oh, I guess I do go out on the outside? That's cool. Well, I don't need gunpowder. Subaki was here? What does that mean? Is that a character from a different Resident Evil? Well, I don't like how rickety sounding this all is. Scooch. Why did we get on the train car that feels like it's gonna fall at any moment? Is this wise? Okay. Alright. What is this?
Seriously.
Oh my god, this is like that one Mission Impossible movie, the second to last one. Okay, wait a minute. I think this is a little bit more ridiculous than that one. No. About same level. What do you mean?
Messed up.
What do you mean you're good as new? I thought you were over 50 and you were grunting every time we stepped down. Oh, I hope there wasn't any loot that I left behind. Oh, thank God. No, I don't have small gunpowder. Frick. Well, he got behind the car. Oh, speak of the devil. Am I going this way? Am I going this way? Where am I going? Hi, Kirby. Too chic? Like Chicago? Can't tell whether you're joking with me or not. Dude. Oh, why don't they just have a big flashing arrow as to where the frick I'm supposed to go, bro? I'm confused as heck. Yep. Yep. Okay. This is just a maze. I don't want machine gun ammo, please. I wish the game would just auto give me ammo based on my
Wish they had left
loadout.
something behind. It just keeps going.
Bro, is there like a monster down here? What are we with these weird clicky sounds? Is it that like plant thingy from before?
Finally reached the bottom. This is one very deep hole.
The perfect place to hide something.
You think there are more spiders in here? Okay. That was very rude. Okay, I thought I didn't hit that for a moment. Well, how do I know when it's gonna attack? Do I just have to parry based on audio cues? How do I get up there? Can I get up there? Maybe later on? Uh-oh. If you look closely, you can usually see them in advance. It's dark as frick! Oh, thanks for the scrap. Oh. Was that the remnants of the last one? Ooh, Requiem ammo, get. Oh! Okay. That was rude. Honestly, like, even if you don't get infected by, like, the zombie virus, are you, like, in a place like this, aren't you just gonna get infected by, like, anything? No! Jeez. Okay. Cool. Cool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we donesos here? Okay. Uh-oh.
Just so you know, I've killed every plant I've ever had.
Oh, I thought I parried that. Okay. Okay. Open your mouth. Can I not parry these?
Stubborn weed, aren't you?
Jesus. Like, I want to preserve Mother Nature and all, but you're definitely not making it easy for me, bruh. Okay, give me the loot. And then let me reload my rifle just to be safe. Okay.
This must be it.
So this is under Umbrella, the BSAA or whatever? Because that's the Umbrella logo? BSAA is the
Sure, I found
Popo?
some kind of massive facility.
Oh.
What do you think it is?
I thought that Xeno guy was a part of the
Seems supplies with the
BSAA.
logos of the usual suspects.
Well, whatever it is, clearly wasn't meant to be found.
Yeah. You're telling me.
So then why was he working with Victor Gideon? For Elpis? Okie dokie. Oh, scrap time. Yeah, we'll wait on this, I think. Actually, 'cause we have a lot of large, and we still have one more scrap. What was all that for? Half of BSAA is corrupt? Oh. That's no bueno. Okay. We must repair our armor. And then... Okay. I think we're pretty good here. Is this a save? Yes, sir. Oh, and more meds. I have a lot of meds as Leon. Current facility, operation status, green, 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 green. Guards are on patrol. Operating at 82%. Shut the fuck up! There we go. I hate those bobbleheads. Any more loot in here? I'd risk it all for Leon. What does all entail? Like if you were in a relationship but then Leon Kennedy came to life and was like, "Hey, I want you." Would you risk your current relationship? Yeah? You guys are crazy. I would never. What do you mean everyone would do that? What do you mean? Cause how do I get out? How do I get? Yeah, but I mean it's I mean surely I think you guys must be joking with me. I bet you're just joking with me. How do I get out? Huh? Oh, I missed the stuff in the room. You take your wedding ring off during the Leon parts are insane. What the frick? What did I miss? What did I miss? There's a room after this? Did that do anything or was that for anything? I can't enter this room though. That room with the computer? Oh, it does? It is for later? Oh, well fuck me then. Oh, here. The one thing I don't like about M&K is I think it's like, cause you're moving faster, so it's like a little bit harder to like find the button prompts.
Okay.
Uh-oh. They're swarming.
I'm getting the feeling I'm not wanted around here.
Wait, can I craft a hand grenade? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are they actually gonna be difficult? Ah! They're actually hard to track. Well, they're not very tanky though. Oh shit! Are there supposed to be more? Was that it? Okay. Alright. Alright, buddy. Oh. Oh, you... It just went farther back. They're hiding from me for real. Okay, I don't need this much backseating, please. Oh, shit. How can they shoot through the fucking... Okay, this is pissing me off. Okay. Yeah, the shield guy did not know where he was pointing at. That was kind of funny. I mean, I think I go back and replenish my armor here. Well, no, I think it's too late. Whatever. What the fuck is that? That's weird. That's really weird. Oh, okay. Hi, Clop Champ. How are you? Okay. Thank you, Witty, for the reset for 20 months. Welcome back to the Universe. Thank you. I appreciate it. 10,000. Oh, that's too much. Okay.
Here at ARC, your movements will be constantly monitored. Do not leave the designated areas without authorization. The recording and transmitting of information is strictly
What are these
prohibited.
positions, bro? Why are these guys lifting up the skellies? Raccoon City Bioweapon Research Report, as previously stated, ARC is focused on bioweapon research and development utilizing the unique environment of Raccoon City. In particular, experiments performed by infecting nearby zombies with the mutated T-virus strain have yielded a great deal of empirical data. This has also proven effective against the BSAA's attempt to eradicate ARC. So, this is ARC, not the BSAA or Umbrella. How are you liking killing zombies? I mean, it's had its ups and downs. Mostly downs, mostly fear. But we do what we must here. Okay. Oh, shit.
Not necessary. I'll neutralize the target myself.
This guy also has a hatchet, just like me. Is he my clone? Who is this? Why are you laughing? Just because I'm older and infected?
We finally meet.
I didn't realize I had such a big fan. An autograph.
I heard you were a smartass.
Oh. He's parrying everything! Oh, what the fuck? I know I was the first one to draw a gun, but... Okay. What the fuck? He's flashbanging me! Is that fair?
Sneaky bastard.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, give me that. Well, is mine better or his better? I guess this is better.
Ran into trouble. This guy was once a bastard.
I mean, we don't even see his face, so I don't even know how much of a tough bastard he really was at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying, Doc? No, you know what I'm saying, Doc? His won't break, but it's weaker. Oh, I see. Is he iconic?
Chris should be nearby. Time to find
He was
out
kind of
his
underwhelming
answers.
for me. But maybe it's because I'm playing on, you know, easy mode. Oh my god, are these the fetuses?
Grace, this is where we are. The world is under threat. The technology to control another's will already exists, but it's not efficient at infecting others. I believe Spencer solved that with Elpis. The connection sealed Raccoon City to save it for themselves, and it's been waiting here ever since.
What does the creator desire?
This is as far as we could get. If the wrong password is entered, the Ark will be destroyed, and Elpis will be lost forever.
Do I know the password?
What's the password?
I don't know.
Of course you do. You're the...
Leon!
Don't embarrass yourself, Mr. Kennedy. You can't beat me.
Yeah, I genuinely think we can't beat this guy. Oh my god.
Fancy.
Dude, this music is so sick though. Oh no! Not the elbow to the oh my god! No, please do not shoot me. Oh.
Don't move!
god!
right?
Oh, jeez, Grace. Oh, the balls of steel you have, Miss Ashcroft.
Come on! Grab tight!
Oh my god, you are relying on her to have such incredible core strength here. Like, I know. Oh!
I got you.
Jesus.
Are you okay?
Me? I feel like $1,000,000.
Dude, that is so Leon Kennedy. Coughing up blood. Great. I feel so good.
Where does this take us?
Your guess is as good as mine. Time to get off. Come on.
What now? Leon.
Oh, shit. Oh. No. No, he's too old for this. Oh, God. Please don't tell me I'm back as Chloe again. Okay, it's just me waiting for Leon to wake the fuck up. Poor Grace. Dude, she feels like everything is her fault and everyone's dying because of her. Who's Chloe? The little girl that we had to play as earlier. The, like, Emily clone. Oh my god.
How long was that?
He's actually severely infected right now. Jesus.
Those marks.
It's T-virus. Stage 3 infection.
If you're so sick, why would you come here?
This place. Raccoon City was where it all began for me. When it all happened, I couldn't make a difference. So I am here now.
We can't stop Zeno.
He said something about you having a password. What was he talking about?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Here.
I'm going back. I'm gonna destroy Elvis.
I'm coming with you.
No, you're not.
I don't want any more regrets. Whatever it takes, count me in.
She grew so
If
much.
anything happens to me, you promise you'll end this.
I promise.
She was so scared. And now she wants to go with him? Oh, my poor Grace. My baby. Oh god, my other baby just fucking dying.
Look, there's a door over there.
Crane's blocking it, though.
I can check it out for us. You think you can give me a boost?
Guess we're about to find out.
Oh my god, it's just like one of those scenes in RE4 Remake where he boosted up Ashley.
Watch out for yourself up there, yeah?
I will.
How about you ask for a gun, though? She doesn't have a gun on her, I don't think. Oh, wait, never mind. But it won't let me ADS, so that's as good as not having a gun on me.
Once I go down, there's no getting back up.
How come that sounded more painful than when Leon has been jumping from all those heights? I thought I was supposed to be younger and more limbler. Need a key? Well, I
System
definitely
locked.
do not have
Override
that.
key required for reactivation.
Okay, now I can shoot. I don't have that much ammo, though. Well, that's no bueno. I really hope I don't have to fight elite soldiers right now. Um... Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, just beyond here.
Warning. Threat level orange. Confirmed in storage sector. Critical error. Containment lockdown failure.
Well... I think... Ah! No! No, I don't want to. Oh my god, you piece of shit game. Oh, am I dead? Okay, so I'm just dead. Dude, you were supposed to go after the glass breaking. I hate this game. How does it get me? If it's not supposed to be able to fucking... Okay. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, we're so fucked. Any codes? I didn't like that. Can we continuously make... Okay. Give me that. Shy Meek. I'm just gonna make handgun ammo. 30, 10, 50. Okay. Or is it to the right? 30, 10. Okay. 30, 10, 50. I don't know what this is called. You have to tell me the way it moves, not just the number. Silly. Do you have a map? Yeah, I am at the sterilization chamber. 10, 90, 20. Are you just guessing? Or like, do you know these numbers? 10, 90, 20. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we got the two big guys, right? This game sucks ass. They look like they can pop out, and I don't like that. I don't have key reader. This is where I came from. I have to go here. Okay, so this is where I came from. Oh, let me just save first, because I'm a big wuss. Oh, no, you don't actually have to apologize. I'm being an asshole, because I'm scared. And impatient, because I'm scared. Am I supposed to go through here? No. This is where I came from. This is also where I go. Go into the room with the white zombie. This one? I'm like really confused. Where is... Okay, Q. Let's just walk over everything, shall we, Grace? Those where the liquor was on the ceiling? I don't remember where the liquor was. Go right from the big red door. That's... Go right from... This red door? Or are you talking about... this thing? Oh, okay. Oh, so I... Liquor B2? Alright. No. 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 Well, how am I supposed to go? But just because I got this... Wait, what is this even for? Power activation key. It should restore electricity to the dump control room. Well, then where am I supposed to insert it? Back over here? Because we don't have, like, a key reader still, right? Do you want a pointer? Yes, please. Question. Should I just shoot these guys before they come get me again, or what? Yeah, but I don't know where the crane room is.
All right. I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, that is really comforting. Okie dokie. Is there another in here? Head to the central
Be careful.
refining system.
I need to get going too.
Will there be another here? Wait, was there a key back where we were? Did I miss that? So, hypothetically, could I have just crouched past that guy and not killed him? Oh, here. I just thought this meant that
Nice.
I could, go everywhere now. Should I go... So then do I go this way? Or this way? Or does it not really matter? Well, this is kind of scaring me. Do I need to find a way to open the door? Uh-oh.
Level red in storage sector.
Uh-oh.
Rebooting AI control center.
What do you
No.
mean? What do you mean by that?
Oh no.
Oh. I think he's actually dead. Anyone? Any? Any code givers? 50, 60, 80. Okay. 50. 60. 80. Cheating? Yes, and? Oh my god, I opened every safe in main store. That's cool. I definitely earned that. With superior knowledge, yeah. I don't like these noises. Really, really do not like these noises. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Oh, run! Okay, and then... Another one just... Right. Okay. I don't like these guys. What are they called? You guys call them lickers? Oh, is there? Okay, I thought there might be a guy inside here. Oh my god. A hip pouch this late in the game? Thank you. Bleh. Are they inside the crates? Uh-oh. Ah! And then I craft another one. Should I craft one more just in case? I fear so. What the fuck? Are they above or are they inside? I feel like they must be inside these containers. Okay, it's inside. You dead? Are you dead now? Okay, what shall I make this into? How much ammo do I have? Okay, I'm gonna make... I actually need more blood than anything. Get up, motherfucker. I know that's not all that you have left in you. You got one more headshot. What the fuck? Why is he purple? That's scary. Okay, transfusion bag. Use. Okay. Gonna make this into scrap. And then we have 2 acid, 2 Molotov. Okay, I think I can just craft on the fly maybe. Ah.
Control Center. Noah. Reboot failure. No response. Containment protocol inactive. Containment protocol inactive.
Okay, we got a map. Look at this guy. Okay, so we got
This is
one
it. I
orb.
did it.
Yeah, I need that glass bottle. Or, Okay, and then we craft another bottle of acid. Maybe we can craft... Oh. Guess I don't have enough blood for it. Okay, now we craft another bottle of acid. Is there one more here? Okay. I have 42 ammo, so I have a lot, and I'd rather craft other things, but my bag is getting kind of full. Imagine being a... Why are you sympathizing with the fucking zombies? Hello? Okay. I think... I'm gonna take this over the green herb, because I have a lot of... I definitely have a lot of meds. Where the frick do I go? Do I just go back? Ah! Oh, that didn't reach him. Oh, that is really unlucky. Thank you for your blood. Okay, crafting. Acid. I don't have other acid, so that's bad. Okay. And then where do I go? I guess back through here to the clean room maybe? Good evening, Phantom Raver. How are you? Do you think I'm supposed to go there? Or do you guys know if I'm supposed to go there or not?
Stop. Wait.
Okay. I'm going to
Needs to go.
use this. Gonna store 1, 2, 3. Well, no, I'll take one. I'll store this. do anything, or should I just store it?
I wonder if Leon's made it yet.
This hourglass. Nothing? Oh, so it's just been taking up inventory space this entire time and I've been letting it like a chud? Okay, then I'll take one more no, I'll take empty bottle. Well, I can afford this, I think. Oh, is it the, like, final puzzle that they've been talking about? And it's, like, really long and complicated? Okay, wait a minute. I'm going the wrong way. Ah, I see, I see. You think there's gonna be more liquors? I think so, right? Maybe, what do you mean by maybe worse? Bruh. Bruh. No. No, I don't want there to be worse. Please don't let there be worse. This is not good. I do not want to step on anything. Do you think we're good? Good throw, thank you. It's too dark. It's so dark. Surely I can run here, right? Because this is supposed to be my save room, my safe space. That was it? Oh, okay. Yay. Yippee. Wow. Is that all just me, bro? They have so much information on me.
Where have I seen this?
Wait, this is from my mom. The thing that my mom hid.
I'll explain later.
The creator.
Shutting yourself away in a dark room like this is quite the change for you.
That's my
The
mom.
life you've led.
Life takes unexpected turns, don't you think?
And this is
Yeah,
Spencer?
you
She's
feel
interviewing
the choices
Spencer?
you've made have contributed to your present circumstances.
Of course. What you sow, you reap. Isn't that the natural order?
So, tell me, Lord Spencer, what would you like the world to know?
The truth. But, a short break before we begin, Miss Ashcroft. I'm not a young man. I don't have the energy I once did.
Why would Mom hide this?
Grace file? Me file? And we're back.
Back in biz.
Daddy's home.
You alright, Leon?
Home for good.
And now,
I don't actually know the
Grace
lyrics
cleared
or
the way for me.
melodies to that song.
That's not what I'm talking about. Your body can't take much more.
I'm gonna settle this. You just send us a chopper for immediate evacuation.
Oh, how I've missed his guns. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Containment breach. System-wide surveillance failure detected.
No, I don't need this. Time and time again, I really don't need this, bruh. What is this?
Over there. Easy as pie.
What pie should we get for pie? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Well, this is no bueno.
Oh, shit. You've got to be kidding me.
Honestly, it's remarkable he lasted this long. Wouldn't you say, gang? Coconut, go coconut cream pie, banana cream pie. I haven't had either, I don't think. Okay, let's just... I don't know. Okay, I don't have enough for Requiem, so I'm just gonna stock up on ammo. Yay. I like apple pie, I like pumpkin pie, I like pecan pie. Banana cream pie is okay. I haven't had a lot of it. Apple pie with ice cream. That sounds good.
Security threat detected. Elevator shutdown in effect. Override key authorization required.
How am I supposed to get... Oh, what the fuck is this? Am I gonna need to throw these?
changed much, have you?
So nice.
This must be the room.
So nice just being able to okay.
I'll take out as many of you fuckers as I can.
Okay. I don't know why I decided to handgun there. That was my fault. Okay, gonna get rid of this. We have so many meds too. Holy shit, we're kind of stacked. I'm just RPing, for sure. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh! Jesus. Are you dead? Now are you dead? Okay. 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 Yeesh. Okay, well, I'm gonna just use this for now. Because I can afford to. And then I want to get more shotgun ammo and... Oh, don't have enough for rifle. My bad. My bad. Stop giving me this, I beg of thee. Hi, Yuko-san. What's up? Okay. Got a override key. Dude. Am I just outie now? Well, that's no good. Okay. Alright. Does this work?
Eat this.
I don't know if that did. Uh-oh. 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 Oops. Okay. You rush in this room and completely ignore them? I didn't know you could do that. Okay. I think I still get more shotgun shells here. I did get my lick back. You're right on that. You think there's more? Dude, there was an unimaginable amount of liquors there. You can't? I got wrecked? Oh. That's kind of funny.
Warning, autoclave compromised. Pod lockdown unavailable. Memory corrupt. Self-repair functionality offline.
You're back and also home? Nice. Welcome back. What does this mean?
Air thermometer warning.
Uh-oh.
Pod lockdown unavailable.
Uh-oh. No! Leon, no! Leon!
Let's get this over with.
The elevator will arrive shortly. The elevator
Okay.
has arrived.
Oh, jeez. He is struggling. Notice how he's struggling, but his watch is pristine. That's why it's worth 1.4K.
Almost there,
Oh, jeez. Dude, I wish it was an ad. If they just offered me the watch in order for like me to sponsor like 2 live streams, 2 shorts, whatever, I'd do it in a heartbeat because that shit is so sick. Oh, no. Come on, Leon. You've gotta live. You've gotta make it out okay. It can't be the end for you. Yeah, the Hamilton watch. Where is Ada to save him this time? Okay, I'm just heading for the light because I think that's the right way to go. Don't go into the light, Leon. Oh, wait, you're right. This might be bad for him. Most Rolexes are at least 10K, no? 2K for a nice watch seems not that bad. Time to watch it, Grace. Now is the time.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
My research opened Pandora's box, unleashing disaster upon the world.
Except Elpis, the goddess of hope? Or so the myth goes.
A blind hope.
What do you mean?
Humans cannot predict when death will come for them. This is why they have hope. I was wrong, and I am plagued by guilt. Happiness cannot be achieved at the expense of others. I think that's enough for today.
Why did you accept my request for an interview? Who is that? Is that one of your subjects?
Of course not. She was alone in the world. I took her in to make amends.
Is that Grace?
Perfectly normal. Just an average child needing a home. She is my hope. Aren't you beautiful? Would you like to hold her?
Oh, okay. She's adorable. What's her name?
Grace.
Grace. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
I've said my piece. I only hope it serves as a requiem for those who have
Oh,
passed.
title drop.
Leon. Leon.
Oh my god, he be spitting up. Oh my god, he's actually gonna die. Is he actually gonna die in this game?
Oh, I need to hurry.
Where even is Leon? Is he in the lobby? He should. He's old as balls. He's only 50! What is this?
This is finally my chance to do something.
Leon! Leon, I'm coming! Don't die, Leon!
Leon!
Don't you have like 5 billion majillion med injectors in your case?
Hey, it's me. It's Grace. Oh, please wake up. Come on. Wake up, wake up. Hey.
Hey, you. I was just resting my eyes.
Dude, he's so fucking nonchalant even during this
Let
moment.
me help you.
Let's do this.
Okay. I don't know the password.
Okay. Soon left and wide open for us. Any wrong code will do. It'll destroy Elpis.
He was just waiting this entire time for us to get back here. Then why did he send like
Grace, whatever it takes.
all the zombies after us, huh? Or was that just like the?
No, I have an idea.
I have an idea.
I trust you.
So, the prodigal daughter returns.
I know the password.
Fulfill your destiny, and all will be forgiven.
Do I actually know the password,
Only if
guys?
you let Leon live.
Very well.
Hunter 2? What the fuck is Hunter 2? What does the creator desire? Wait, this isn't the password. Are these the same number of letters? Destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. I think it's release it, right? Because he said he regrets. And then he even took us in as a child. That doesn't seem like somebody who's like still evil and would do evil things.
Please know that you are my hope.
She is my hope. A blind hope.
Okay.
Is that it?
This is it.
Confirm? The password is hope? Why do you have all those spaces there then? Wait, so did I fuck it up? Is this a bad ending?
What are you doing, Grace?
Spencer regretted what he did. He
Well done.
You promised.
Yes, that I would let him live. Mr. Kennedy, I give you the honor of experiencing my power firsthand.
I'm not sure Elpis is what you think it is. There's nothing special about me. I was never any key. Spencer wanted to make amends.
But you released Elpis.
It's a cure!
Tell me.
So he's no longer superhuman.
My powers!
Elpis is Spencer's atonement. It's an antiviral.
Oh my god, he's back. I told you, we didn't get a Steam achievement.
I am humbled by my master's genius.
Your research was wrong. Elpis wasn't a weapon. There was never a key.
Spencer's paper was obviously incomplete. There was no connection between Grace and Emily.
Do you know how much time and money I wasted?
He's
on
mad
this?
about
You
being a
see
regular
the
human being.
genius? With Elpis, all virus-based weapons are useless. The world order will be thrown
Grace,
into
I think you need to
chaos.
use this on Leon, like right now.
A weapon.
Instead, Spencer gave us anarchy. I will carry his torch and bring his vision to life.
You? You and Spencer were a means to an end.
Yet he outwitted you all.
Spencer defied us and paid the price with his life. He was nothing.
You are nothing.
These VAs are actually
but
so
an
good.
imitation.
An imitation of what
It's
now?
over, Victor. The Connections is done with you.
Uh-oh.
Can't let him have it.
Oh, shit. Dude, injected in Leon! Isn't he our only hope at this moment?
It's staggering.
It's a cure.
It took you this long, Grace? Oh, jeez.
Leon, it's working. Wake up.
Now.
Thank you, Void, for the raid. Really appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream. Oh, not again. We're gonna have to leave a building about to blow up again. This is literally only my second Resident Evil game, and this is the second time we've had to do this. Thank you, Void. Hope Deadlock was good.
It's gonna go! Grab something!
He's back to full HP.
Grace. Grace!
Oh, my fucking Jesus Christ. Tiny arm guy.
Time to bury Umbrella's last skeleton.
Spencer's vision lifts to me. I will see that it is brought to fruition.
And how many more will have to die for that vision?
What is this? Uh-oh. Ow! Ow! No shit, you have like superhuman powers right now! I don't want to fucking hear it from you. You're using cheats. Oh shit! Oh, the rocket launcher. Holy shit.
Reaching your limit.
Oh, okay. Dude, I think I'm dead, no? Okay. How do I counter this?
Let those ideals win. Give it up.
What am I supposed to do here?
It's over.
Phase 2?
Good riddance.
I think there is a phase 2, no? Oh my god, he turned into a giant. Oh god.
Nemesis.
What is a nemesis?
No wonder you're so damn relentless.
What is it? Is there a weak spot? Oh, I don't even have any Requiem bullets. Oh shit. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. Okay. Am I supposed to parry this? Can I parry? Okay, I don't think I can parry. Loki is like aim labs. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Dude, I want a shot of Elpis. What the fuck? Does it make me go ham? Does it make me go Super Saiyan? Oh shit. Oh shit. Aura.
This time, you ain't getting back up.
Cinema. Cinema.
Grace, where are you?
Grace, ¿dónde está?
Sherry, come in. Sherry. Shit. Grace. Grace, hang on. Fuck. Grace.
Is she dying? Is she dead? No, she's alive. Let's freaking go. She can't die. We've been through so much. We gotta get out of here.
Come on. Let's get you up.
Oh. Guys, I think we're dead. Thank you, Juan, for the 7th stream streak. This might be where we die.
There's no way out, is there?
Is it a bad ending? Did I actually choose a bad ending? I'm sorry, gang.
Well, I'm not gonna leave your side. I'm gonna sit right here with you.
The lights are all going out. We're in darkness.
I guess this is it then.
Oh. Oh, we're being saved! Yippee! Sherry to the rescue! Oh wait, what if this is like Ark again?
Leon S. Kennedy?
Depends who's asking.
Alpha, you read me, sir? Yeah, they're safe. I got him. Yes, sir. Mr. Kennedy, I have a message from Captain Redfield.
Chris Redfield! Kaza's crush? That's I don't know much about Chris Redfield other than that Kesa would do diabolical things for him.
I'll be damned. Can't believe that antiviral actually worked. Feel better than I have in ages.
Thank God.
Well, do they have the
I'm glad you're
antiviral
okay.
to treat Sherry and the rest
We got
of
a
them?
dose with your name on it.
Oh,
I'll be back in action in
they
no time.
do? Nice.
Thank you, Leon.
Would have been a lot smoother if Chris hadn't been so late to the party.
I really enjoyed watching you. You are amazing.
Where is
really?
Chris anyway?
Thank you.
Oh,
Even
I
though I screamed so many times, I
I'm sure I'll run
scrumped.
into him at some point.
This is good ending? Oh, okay, okay. Wait, we
Yeah, I'll
did
call you
it,
back.
gang. High five. Slaps you in the face. Oh, your fingernails are
It's over
dirty, Miss Grace. We must wash our hands.
Yeah.
Hayaku.
Well, this really was our last hope.
Oh, let's pray Umbrella hasn't left us any more nasty surprises.
I wish we could have saved Emily.
Grace, I didn't hit any of her vitals. She could still be alive.
What are you saying?
Maybe we can save her.
Are we for cereal? She looked pretty dead to me. She looked pretty dead to me. I don't know.
The government has confirmed the existence of an actively trading bioweapons lab located here in the ruins of Raccoon City. The origin point for the worldwide spread of bioorganic weapons. This illegal facility appears to have been in operation for decades.
Sources say that the extension of the lockdown and the recent series of mysterious deaths may be related to tragic events in Raccoon City
28
28
years ago. Holy
Evidence
shit.
seized in Raccoon
So
City
long
has led the
ago.
Justice
Plot
Department
armor
to
Caesar.
reopen
You know
its
what? I'll take it.
investigation into Oswald Spencer and the long-defunct Umbrella Corporation. Some believe the government deliberately drove Umbrella into bankruptcy.
The late Alyssa Ashcroft is credited with cracking the Oswald Spencer story. Conspiracy theorists are already claiming that she was killed in a cover-up, and that the organization responsible is secretly controlling our government.
Well, wait, isn't that
Tonight,
true?
in a speech
That's
from the
not
Oval
a
Office,
conspiracy.
the
Isn't
president
that
is
the
expected to
reality?
reject allegations of any government involvement since the Raccoon City incident.
Young girl rescued from bioterror front in Rhodes Hill. Is that Emily? Emily! Oh my gosh, she was like within the MIDI thing. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh, what a title drop! Holy! Okay. Okay, but okay. So she wasn't special? So why did they try so many times to clone her? Misinformation? So then like So then all those like girls who got cloned and experimented on, it was like all for naught. Like they actually all died fruitlessly. That's so sad. Wait, that's like I think that's the saddest part of the story, no? She was only special because she gave Spencer hope in humanity. Yeesh. And they had to be bald for no reason, and they all died and then got reanimated as zombies and started wreaking havoc and killing their researchers. The clone was to get the memory from Grace, thinking it's important for Elpis. Yeah, but she didn't even have the memory. She was just a darn baby when that conversation happened, right? Are you gonna watch the bad ending? You got a YouTube link for it? I don't want to play through it.
Cold rain seeps to my soul. Old wounds I can't forget. Night steals away my sight.
Should I?
I can't shut them out.
Is it? Can we skip this? Oh, okay. So we're back in the office now?
And Sherry's okay? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Emily, yeah, she's doing great. I'm actually teaching her how to read.
Grace. Grace. Where's that report?
Sorry. Leon, gotta go. Catch up soon.
She's not stuttering anymore, even under her dick superior that sent her off to this field in the first place. Oh. Oh. What the hell? That's so sweet. What the hell? Why are we back here?
Remaining BSAA forces have been neutralized. Retrieving the objective before they send in the wolves.
What is the objective? They don't have Elpis though, right? Total playtime 10 hours 53 minutes. 10 hours? This felt a lot longer than that. This felt a lot longer than 11 hours, bro. They don't count menu time and stuff. How long were your pauses? They felt like a long time. I very often paused and complained and said I couldn't do it, but we ended up doing it. Yay! Yay! High five! High five, guys! We did it! We completed another game, and it was a story game. Let's freaking go! Oh yes, wait, hold up a second. Let me. Oh, hold up, hold up. We must watch bad ending. Okay. Ready?
I was wrong, and I am plagued by guilt.
I'm gonna destroy Elvis. You promise. You'll end this.
That's a lot of letters. Destruction.
had to.
Grace, get out of here!
Is he gonna kill us?
Right behind you!
Leon! What are you doing? Come on!
No, I don't like this bad ending already. I really don't like this bad ending already. So then we're 1v1ing this guy in the bad ending? Oh jeez, he's actually just handing. Oh god. Well, how can Grace help? She only has a pistola.
At least I could save you.
No! 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 This time he's not getting back up. Does Grace make it out at least in the bad ending? Or is she gonna run into Victor here? Hi, Chinguwu. I guess she gets out.
I wish I could have saved you, Leon.
Yeesh. Yeesh. I did not like that. I really did not like that. No wonder it's the bad ending. Leon dies. Emily didn't get managed to be saved. It's just Grace alone. Both Grace and Leon couldn't really do anything in the end. Yikes. Very yikes. Bad ending is a lot shorter. Well, I'm glad we didn't get the bad ending. I'm glad we got good ending. I'm glad we managed to ascertain the good ending. Cause he was so insistent on destroying it too. Leon was right until like I was like, wait, I got a plan, and then he was like, okay, I trust you. Okay. But anyways, I am. Greek mythology makes it obvious. Yeah, I don't know. I know Greek mythology, but like I don't know Elpis like that. Let's look up Elpis. Elpis is a personified spirit or minor goddess of hope in Greek mythology, famously remaining in Pandora's box. Oh, I never knew that like that was the name of like the hope thing that was left in the box though. I know that hope was left in Pandora's box, but I didn't know it was called Elpis. Grace was the only person aside from her mom that saw the files, so it makes sense. The floppy disk, right? But yeah, that's only because like her mom was able to hide it behind the painting, but it's not as if like that is something that was embedded in her DNA. So, okay. But thank you guys so much for watching today's stream. I know it's like a little bit shorter than what we've been having these last couple of days, but I honestly, frankly, have not been sleeping at a reasonable time, and I've been waking up at a non-reasonable time as well. Um, and I have a busy daytime schedule tomorrow, but I might be back in the evening. I might not be. We shall see. But I'm going to raid my bestie Julia. I hope you can give her lots of love and keep her company and yap. Be nice. Yap well. Do not yap. Do not be annoying and yap, or I will kill you. I can snipe. I can snipe you in her stream, and I can snipe you from my stream. Let that be known. But yeah. She's been going through it. I don't know whether she's shared it or shared what she's been going through, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. But please, just be nice, give her lots of love, and I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Saturday. Please join Discord or follow socials for more updates. But if you really never want to miss a stream, it's probably Discord is the way to go. Oh, she talked about it? Okay, okay. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a good time at Julia's, and I'll